This is a tutorial on how to balance chemical equations. Things to keep in mind: a chemical equation represents a chemical reaction, and it usually isn't balanced. Also, the conservation of mass states that matter cannot be created nor destroyed, so there has to be equal numbers of each element on both sides of the equation. For the following simple equation, you have A plus 2B yields 2AB. The arrow in the middle signifies yields, so that is what you get. This is the product. This is what you get from the reaction. The reactants is what you're reacting. The number 2 up here is a subscript, and it means that there are 2 atoms in that molecule. The larger number, 2, here and here, are coefficients, and they represent that they're that number of molecules. So, for example, you have H2 plus O2 yields H2O. As you can see, the hydrogens are balanced, but the oxygens aren't. So, you need to multiply your waters by 2. But then you realize that you have too many hydrogens, so then you need to add another 2 over here. Oops. Now, your chemical reaction is balanced because you have 4 hydrogens, 2 oxygens. A reminder, you always want to use the lowest whole number ratio. So if you get this, if you get an equation where you can divide by a common factor, divide by it. So if you had 4H2 plus 2O2 yields 4H2O, you divide the coefficients by 2 to yield 2H2 plus O2 yields 2H2O. So you always want to get rid of the common factors. There are 5 types of reactions. There's synthesis, decomposition, single replacement, double replacement, and combustion. The ones that I showed you today was synthesis. And that is when you take 2 compounds and you add them together. Decomposition is when you have a compound and you break it into 2 separate compounds. Single replacement is when you essentially replace the element. Double replacement is when you switch both of them. And combustion is when you react in an organic molecule with air and you get carbon dioxide and water.